I like this thing.
Yeah.
Wait, how you do this?
Yeah,
one?
baby. Deuces.
Welcome everybody to Everyday People with your host, Fatty Laffy Taffy, and our beautiful guest of the week today, okay, is Martin. I call him Martin the Mushroom Man.
Hi everyone, Martin the Mushroom Man.
This one's secret. I didn't tell you about this one before.
It's pretty good.
Yalla, Martin. The first ultimate question I ask everybody on my show is, where you get your name from, mashallah? Where you get your name?
Well, I got my name from my parents. Obviously, it's from Czech Republic. I didn't get to pick it, and that's what I was going to talk about. That we actually don't have a choice in anything in this life. It's essentially just a movie, and nothing matters. Name don't matter, or no, nothing matters. But yeah, my name's from Czech Republic. I think it's of German descent. Yeah, Martin is anyway.
So what have you done special with your name already?
Well, I was born, and I'm trying to make a mark on this earth by trying to help everybody, because everybody's me. We're all the same person. We're just all different points of view of the same movie. It's just like we're all sitting in a different seat. You're watching the same movie from a different stance. That's all we are, just energy. And yeah, so I just realized it, and I want to share that with everybody.
You want to share with the audience. That's why I bring you here.
Yeah, with the world. Yeah, absolutely. With the world, you know. And the reason I realized it, you have to become true. That's why you hear in songs like, truth will set you free, stuff like that. You have to become true, like who you really are. You gotta admit who you really are, because who you think you are is totally irrelevant to who you actually are.
Yalla, tell everybody who you are.
Okay.
But tell everybody who you are, but also dive into the different jobs that you worked.
Okay.
That made you.
Very many jobs.
Very many jobs.
Okay, so I'm Martin Bennisseck. I own I The Universe LLC. You can check us out at itheom.org. And we specialize in psychedelics, because that's very important to me, because that's what freed my mind from all the addictions I went through in my life, such as alcoholism, women, it's all the same. It's all the same. So I'm a veterinary. I'm a vet, been to the military, United States Army, National Guard for 8 years.
Vet, animal doctor,
No. Yeah, right. I was 68 whiskey, which is a medic. I was
Mashallah.
I was an EMT prior to that. Always, never really kind of like understood it. I always thought, money, happiness. Everybody chases the same thing, and it's a feeling. It's happiness, and you think it's represented in money, and it's just the feeling that you're chasing, and the money is just an object. But the same thing goes with anything else: alcohol, cigarettes. Too much of anything is too much.
Everything in moderation.
Exactly. Even too much faith is too much, because then it becomes an addiction. It really does. It becomes an addiction.
This one is a new thought, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, because
our audience.
Because see what happens.
Yes.
What happens? Life is a series of waves, right? Just like this. Let me see. Just like this, and you cannot stop it. It's gonna happen. That's happens.
It's frequency.
Exactly. It's ups and downs,
Yes.
good and bad, sadness, happiness, whatever. Okay, it's the same thing. What we don't realize, you think that you're riding these waves called life. Okay, everybody does it, right? What you don't realize, or what we don't realize, me included, I did, and that's why I'm sharing this, because I am you from just a different point of view, just a different, I'm view 101 and your view 101.1.
Explain this thought, because I don't think a lot of people understand this concept yet.
Yeah, well, we're all consciousness. It's all of none of this is real. Actually, think about it. Okay, everything is really basic, right? Like, so for example, me. I was a very big alcoholic, okay, and anybody who that knows me, very bad. It ruled my life for a very long time, and caused me issues in my life. Once it starts, anything that starts causing you issues in your life, that's just there to. It's not bad. It's just you telling yourself, hey, you're deviating from who you are, and it's the universe slapping you in the hands. And if
you get slapped there,
you get slapped, but if you keep
this one true, this one
and if you keep ignoring this slap, well, then the snap becomes a slap in the face, which is, let's say, a DUI. Okay, like for me, I have two. Okay, it sucks, but I've learned my lesson. I am doing everything I can. Well, I can't do anything that I'm doing. Whatever I have to. I don't have a choice. You know what I mean? In your life, you find yourself at one point, which is, it's the same thing as ego death when you start talking about like DMT trips or mushroom trips, which is essentially all it is
what your company is.
Which is my company, and you don't need it in life. You do not need it in life, okay? It's just what helped me get to where I'm at in life, to my realization, because that's all it is.
Now, you started your company before you worked other jobs, or when did you start your company?
I'm still working a bunch of different jobs, I guess. I guess I didn't finish, okay? So I was born in Europe, in Czech Republic. I came here in 2001, didn't speak English, whatever. Went through that phase, was an immigrant, illegal, all that stuff. Got married. My parents left. What do you call it? Where am I at? My parents left, and I essentially, then I got my green card, and then I joined the military, and then I was able to get my citizenship, stuff like that. Had a child, got divorced. What else? Got remarried. It's just a big. Where was I going with this?
You were doing a lot of things.
Okay. So
that's your jobs.
Right.
Your
Jobs. Okay.
Yes.
So jobs. Okay. So now I'm a journeyman lineman. I essentially do storm restoration for the power lines. It's another way I give to help people. Okay. I realize that Earth is really the host, and we are just bacteria living on it, just like the bacteria living on you.
Yes.
You're the host, right? Well, that's the same thing. It's just a bigger picture. You're the bacteria living on Earth. Yes. So I try to tend to it. That's why I find it that psychedelics that are not man-made, which there are very many that are, okay, but all I know of is LSD, really.
Well, did you find that the mushroom trips helped you with, war trauma?
I didn't have any war trauma. I never deployed. I wanted to. I have volunteered and everything. Never deployed. I never deployed. That's what I was trying to get at. It's no matter what you do in life, it does not matter. You think you have a choice. You think you have free will. Once you have to realize that you do not have a free will. Once you do that, that's when you actually start having free will in the decisions that you make. Because check this out. This is what I was getting. A journeyman lineman. Okay, because this is I'm always jumpy because I'm slightly nervous. And that's good.
Okay,
that's good.
Okay.
I know.
Why are you nervous? You're with Fatty Laffy Taffy.
Yay! Woo! No, but that's the thing, though. Happiness, okay, is a thought that everybody searches for, right? But you don't realize we're all living in an illusion, okay? It's like a big shower. Yes. It's like a big shower, okay? But let me finish the story that I'm a journeyman lineman. I try to give back to people by, trying to restore back the power, the neurological system that us people created here on Earth.
Yes.
That I used to drink, so I know what a hangover is, whatever, right? It's a total disaster, technically, right?
Yes.
So I would just continue. I would just repeat it. I would just continuously repeat the lesson, right?
Yes.
But check this out. So that's what the Earth does, right? Okay, Earth goes out and parties. Hurricane happens or whatever, messes up your neural, it's having a hangover. It's like, damn. So we go out, reconstruct. That's the time that passes for your hangover to go away, right? And then everything's fine and dandy, whatever, right? Well, the more bacteria on Earth, people, humans, essentially realize this, that there's the bigger picture.
Yes.
Well, then Earth stops relearning the same lesson, just like I kept doing with alcohol. Okay, I grew up in Czech, which is a really big beer, not alcohol, but very big beer production. We're still to this day, Czech Republic is #1 in the world.
So it's
in,
like a part of the culture.
yes, it's beer production and beer consumption. Okay, per capita, I think it's like 40 gallons a year per person per capita.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and the closest second in 2001 was Germany, and that was like 27 gallons. So it doesn't even compare. You know what I mean? It's just that big part of the culture. So
Yes.
that was engraved in my head. So I just kept drinking because that's what I had to. But it caused me issues, and I didn't realize that it's just me deviating. What I realized, because I kept topping out. Right now, it cost me one marriage. Right, so. And I started to realize that it's causing issues in my new marriage. So the cycle, I wasn't learning, I was relearning the same lesson, the same cycle, right? Well, something has to change. That's the only thing that actually matters, is change. Well, insanity is accepting or doing the same thing over and over, okay, and expecting a different result.
Yes.
Well, so when you keep drinking, and what you're searching,
It's a very good lesson.
yes, and what I kept doing, I realized that when I kept drinking is because I was unhappy with who I was. Okay, when I found out who I was, I had to realize I'm just an alcoholic, and I don't have a choice. This body, this human Martin, this shell, this vehicle of flesh, of human flesh, that real Martin I am. The real mind. The mind is who's sitting looking through these two windows. That's all it is.
The soul, I
The
believe.
soul, exactly. But it's all interpretation. That's why some people view this as a computer-generated thing, because they are computer involved. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's just a perspective. But yeah, if you have faith, believe in something higher, it's your soul. But it doesn't. You think you have controllers in your hands and you're controlling the body. You're not. You're just viewing what's happening, and you're supposed to accept it. Once you accept it,
Yes.
you've learned the lesson and you moved on. So I accepted that I was just a freaking alcoholic. Okay.
But
so,
you're gonna help a lot of our audience, with this alcoholic issue, because a lot of people.
Well, yeah,
try
but it went
to
further.
get rid of
It went further. I was putting a blow up my nose. I mean, I was smoking whatever I could. It went further than that, because I wasn't true to myself.
Yes.
I am an addict. I understand that I am an addict. Okay, but the thing is, once I accept it,
You have to understand it first. You have to get the understanding.
right. Once
Yes.
I accepted the fact that this human vehicle, Martin, this flesh, this body, is an addictive vehicle.
Yes.
Okay, I realized that I can't actually do anything about it. So now I realized I have a choice. So now, instead of grabbing a beer, I grab a non-alcoholic beer. I'm gonna drink no matter what.
Yes.
I now just gain a conscious choice what I feed to the vehicle. You know,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely.
That's all it is. I just realized that though. So when I kept doing the drinking, and it was, what I realized is that all it does is brings out who you really are, but fear doesn't let you continue. Notice when you get drunk or whatever, notice none of this world makes actually any sense, okay? Because everybody drinks at a party to be happy, but alcohol is an actual downer, okay? It doesn't make any sense. If you look up, do I see the world upside down? You will actually realize that your brain sees everything upside down. That's why
the brain automatically.
because the light that hits your eye, your retina or whatever, it skews it into your brain, and it sees it invertly. But it doesn't make sense to this human vehicle,
That's
the brain. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to it, so it flips it.
Yes.
And that's why maybe there's gravity, because everything is actually upside down. You just don't realize it because it doesn't make sense to you.
Yes.
Everything is about a perspective, and nothing makes sense, okay? And this is what I was telling you about when I was...
Can you hold your thought right there, because we are going to do a
Yes,
little
ma'am,
commercial.
absolutely.
Hold your thought, okay?
Woo!
Don't forget about this one. You are watching Everyday People live this one. Streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and all other top social media app platforms. Please like this one. Don't forget to like this one.
Yeah, like everything.
Hit the like button. And follow, share, comment, subscribe. And thank you for watching WJZZ
like, and
Cool
everything.
TV, the coolest station in the world. This one. And don't forget to sponsor this show. The Cash App is capital J 112233 capital W. This one. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, yalla. Continue with your beautiful thought.
Okay, so, well, that's to continue with your beautiful thought. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to circle back to it, because, well, but that's what life is. It's a series of patterns, okay, that everybody goes through, okay? And my addiction was alcohol, and I wasn't, see, there you go. I'm circling right back to it. I just got to,
circle back to it, because that's what's happening.
Well, but that's the thing, though. You got to find just the thought. So me being... like nervous about being here. I am even being on here. Okay, I'm realizing that nervousness and whatever is actually what you want to go towards. Because if you're feeling happy or fun or whatever, it's an illusion. It does not exist. It's just happiness. Okay, fun is just a word. If fun is riding a motorcycle, whatever, right? Whatever makes you, whatever. But how do you feel when you're doing this fun, whatever?
It's the feeling.
You feel happy.
Right.
You feel happy. Just like money. That's why money's so important, because in our world here, because it represents happiness. We all know that money cannot buy happiness, right? But it could buy anything that you think happiness represents.
Yeah.
So you are just chasing a feeling, essentially. Okay?
So the way your thoughts, the way you think is very, very beautiful, because it's very...
A Beautiful Mind. It's a great movie, by the way.
It's out of the box. Completely out of the box, and I can relate to it. But how did you get to this level?
Well, that's the thing.
How did Martin get to this level?
Well, that's the thing. I tap out on everything, and I admit it. Like I told you, addictive personality, everything. So I went through my alcohol phase. I tapped out. It just started causing me issues. Okay, I had to get rid of it. So I did, but I realized that I can't stop drinking. So now I just drink non-alcoholic beer, water, whatever. I don't even touch pop. I even opt out of the non-alcoholic beer because it's just more expensive, flavored, fizzled water. That's all it is. However, it does taste good. And I couldn't wrap my head around it first when I was quitting drinking, because it was like, oh, this tastes like total crap. It doesn't taste like beer. That's the point. It's not beer. But the illusion is that you think you're still drinking beer, but you're not. Reality of it is you're not drinking beer at all. That's once you realize that, you realize you don't need it's just. So anyway, so I started drinking waters and alcoholic beers and stuff like that, because that's what I do. I just drink, right? Well, that wasn't enough, obviously, because I was still unhappy. Cocaine and uppers came into place, right? So that became addictions. Now, anything within moderation is okay. Literally anything. It's when you start to believe it and grasping it and cannot release it, that's when it starts to become an addiction. And that's what the illusion is that it causes happiness. However, what it does is just causes the illusion of happiness. It's just you're stuck in a pattern. You keep doing it. Notice when you start to feel comfortable, something happens that changes. Either you just paid off all your bills, but damn, your car breaks. Now you got to dish out all the money again. Because as soon as you start feeling comfortable, you need change.
Yes.
Now things like that will happen in your life, and notice that's what I'm talking about. You cannot actually do anything. No matter how much you save, it seems like you never have enough money. No matter how much you...
But that's only illusion, Habibi.
It is an illusion. That's the thing. Because it's not about it. You're chasing a feeling of happiness that you think something represents. So Okay, so
I still thinking about this one. Because one thing about here's what I found out.
Mhm.
One thing for sure, the universe speaks to you.
Yes, well, you
And
are the universe.
You are
Yes.
the universe, but your thoughts, when you put them out into the universe, they come true.
They materialize.
For you.
Yes,
For
yes,
you.
exactly, 100%. You're absolutely right. Because this life is always about you.
Yes.
It's always about you every single time. Every time anything happens in your life, it's always about you. And if it's not, you just brush it off. But that we are led to believe is a bad thing to do because you're supposed to care about people,
Yes.
right? Well, the thing is, you don't know how to care about people because you don't know how to care for yourself. Well, you
exactly.
have,
you have to come into realization that you come first.
That's the thing, exactly. Which is you have to become.
Like you have to be selfish.
You have to become
you
selfish.
You have to be selfish.
Well, exactly, and then you realize that it's about everybody else.
Exactly. So the selfishness is like good selfishness. It's actually a positive selfishness.
Yes, exactly.
It's not something bad.
But
it's for your good and everyone else's
yes,
good.
exactly. And where you become selfish, it's not about, oh no, this is my money and I don't want to give it to you. No, you become selfish is like, no, I am not doing this because that does not make me feel happy. Mm-hmm. That's where you become selfish.
Right.
Okay? And when you actually give up.
So selfish to yourself.
Yes, yeah. See, the thing is we're always told, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. We misinterpret that because just like in America, okay, nobody says hi anymore. It's how are you? That became hi. Words don't matter. Okay, you walk by like, hey, how are you? And you keep walking. It became hi. It doesn't matter. Just like when you overuse I love you, well, you got people that cheat on each other all the time and then they pronounce each other's love on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It does not matter what you say.
Love on Facebook?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because, check this out.
So this one fake love.
Well, right, because you can create an illusion in everything. Because, look, I love you so much. For real, I love you so much. Hey, I love you so much.
This one,
For
very
real.
good actor. This one.
I love you so much.
Very good.
Now, how did sign him
to something for
but
this
how
one
did that,
on movie script.
Yeah, but how did that sound? You know what I'm saying? I said exactly the same thing.
Different tone.
Different tone. It's about how you say it, so it doesn't even matter because I could tell you, I could do everything right in my mind and in my world, and there's going to be somebody who's going to say you're doing everything wrong. And that's totally okay. Where we get lost is that, like, what's happening, words don't matter. It's bark, 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 bark. Your ego goes like, hey, which is essentially your immune system that kicks into overdrive and says, essentially has a slight anaphylactic shock, which is an like overstimulate. You know, it just.
Which happens.
Well, of course, it's a normal medical. What do you call it? Medical condition, right? But your system goes, okay, this guy's not on our level right now, so you're protecting yourself. And then you get lost in that illusion, that world. What you actually once you realize is that when you don't have any control about what's happening around you, that's why you always hear you can't change people. You have to find it within yourselves and whatever. But it doesn't ring a bell because we overuse it so much, and your ego just starts incorporating it into this right now realm, this reality of ours. Okay, but money, okay? What?
Now, I need to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
And the question is, how did you get into the psychedelic business?
Okay, so I keep digressing, but once again, we circle back because it repeats again.
Well, this is why
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's another repetition of a pattern. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And because I fall off the wagon, you're here to bring me right back to the circle that I'm supposed to follow because my mind wanders just like everybody else's. You just have to
guide you.
Everybody's a guide. Everybody's a student and a teacher. That's the thing. Once you realize you don't have a say in what happens around you, and this guy comes or this woman comes or whatever, something's happening that you don't like, which your feeling has not.
baby.
No, because your feeling has nothing to do with. It's just supposed to grab your attention.
Yes.
Because if you're feeling happy, then you're feeling happy. You don't really care what's happening. You're jumping into pools and cold water and running around barefoot or whatever makes you feel happy. Whatever it is that you're doing, right?
Sure.
But as soon as something changes in your area, you receive a feeling, which all it is this.
trigger.
Yeah, which all it is this human vehicle says, hey, there is a change. It responds in your brain, and we get lost in, oh my God, I am scared, or this is not how I want to feel, because you don't understand the emotion. Check this out. If us as human beings, okay, we can, anything you are presented with, any situation, any circumstance you are presented with, you can overcome and pick the obvious, right, correct decision, okay, no matter what the decision is. What we lose ourselves in is the emotion that comes attached with the situation, okay? So now you start, if you start panicking, okay, if like I told you, if you take that emotion out,
Yes.
you'll make a totally normal, rational, awesome decision, right? And it's good for everybody, good for you. That's really the main point. It's good for you, right? That's the movie you're playing out. But if you get lost in the emotion, okay, now panic, oh my God, scared, fear, and now you start making mistakes and oh my God, what's happening, whatever, right? But take that out. Take the panic out, take the nervousness out, take whatever out, blah, blah, blah. That feeling is just, and that's what Steve Harvey actually said this, and it was awesome. It's success is not comfortable. It's a very
Shout out to Steve Harvey.
Yeah, shout out Steve. It's a very uncomfortable feeling, and it's very true. And that's the thing. When you do give into the illusion of this feeling of panic and whatever, step back. Just love the situation. You cannot control the situation. There's not. You can either do or not do. Okay, it's either if you don't like the situation, leave. Always leave. Always give up. Always leave. If you cannot leave, love the situation. Learn from it because it's there, and you either learn what you
These
should.
are beautiful lessons.
Yeah, and it's either there to teach you something to do, to make you feel better, or whatever, or to not to do to make you feel this way.
Yes.
You understand that? That's all it is. And when that's over, like notice everybody's like this more spiritual people or whatever you want to call it, like do yoga, do this, do that. Everything is always self-centered. Just like the alcohol is, you are drinking it, but which is supposed to make you relax, just like weed does or mushroom do or whatever, anything, just relax. Whatever it is that you do to relax, keep doing it. Right. It's very important. That's how you don't have to do yoga to have a wonderful life, but you need to reflect on your day, as in the lessons you are learning. Not
yes, reflection is very important.
and that's like in yoga, what you're supposed to find out is to totally let your mind go, and you're supposed to be in emptiness, right? Technically, because that's what you are. Okay, well now I have realized, and like okay, see once again. So yeah, I got into the psychedelics because I kept doing drugs, and it was causing issues. It didn't work, whatever. But I realized that even in the military, I hustled. I am a hustler, okay? I used to be a drug dealer, all this stuff. And it goes from as a kid where we were, changing marbles. That was the currency back then. When I was in the military, the currency was packets of peanut butter and basic training, all this stuff. Okay, when I got out, it was, like out of the job. But you get it. When I stopped, in the service, it was drugs, but it was like, what am I doing? But even as a drug dealer, okay, well, I didn't like ripping people off. So I always got the purest of whatever I could find, and then never mess with it. And if I did, I would say, hey, this is what's in it, this is what I did, because I used all the products. I was always really open with everything because, wow, okay, right now cocaine is helping me. So
Did
there
you
must
get
be
caught doing this one?
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. That's like, but it doesn't matter though. That's the thing. But notice it's a repetition in everything all the time.
I know what you mean.
So what I realized is I'm just chasing a feeling called happiness, okay?
Yes.
Which is just you, all right?
Yes.
And so now, I started doing mushrooms, mixing with psychedelics, which in return helped me quit, alcohol, all these drugs. Overnight, I stopped doing everything.
Overnight?
The biggest issue I have right now, which is as of last night, I don't. Is actually smoking cigarettes. That was the biggest issue. But once again, what does it do? When do you smoke cigarettes? When you, if you're a smoker, of course, right? When do you smoke cigarettes? When you get agitated or whatever, or you get into a fight with your loved one or whatever, something happens, something throws you off, you're trying to find your balance. You light up a cigarette, which is supposed to calm you down and get into center. But when you start overusing it, now it's starting causing...
That's a really good way of explaining.
Yeah, and now it starts, causing lung cancers or whatever. But even that, it doesn't cause lung cancer. Smoking does not cause lung cancer. It only does when you believe it does. Because there's people that has never smoked anything in their life and dying of lung cancer. Because it's whatever you believe. Okay, it's just like... psychedelics. Yeah, they helped me quit. They helped me quit pretty much all this bad stuff. And that's why I am at a point of my life when I'm extremely happy. I'm able to live a very honest life. I love my surrounding everybody. I love everyone. I became so selfish that I realized that it's not me. Okay, well, when I do the DMT trips, that's why you see these colors, because that's actually what we are. You are just a series of vibrant colors and energy and just a magnetic field, the aura that you keep people talking about.
People might not know what DMT is. What's the DMT?
Okay, it's known as what do you call it? I call it I am, because that's what it is. That's what I feel like. That's who you really are. It's the particle drug. It's the particle molecule. It's found in bunch of plants, stuff like that. And I believe it's very important for people.
So it's natural?
It's very natural.
It comes from Earth?
Yes, 100% from Earth. The extraction is not, but yes, the final product is 100% derived from plants. It's actually in some animals. That's why you get toad licking or whatever that used to be a thing. Yes. That's what is in there. Ayahuasca, which is a South American brew that contains DMT, also like a life journey.
I tried ayahuasca before.
You see, that's the thing. When I started using DMT. Now, mushrooms helped me realize that this is not real, okay? Because like this is what I was talking about. Like this is not actually solid. There's a bunch of atoms and molecules that are vibrating and quivering, but that doesn't make sense to you, okay? So this is solid, okay? Just like your body, you're actually 80% water, okay? Yeah. Just like mushrooms. Mushrooms are 90% something water. That's why you got to dry them out. If you consume them, what do you call it?
A lot of people are scared to take these trips.
I know, because you have to remember, success is not comfortable. Fear is an illusion. Fear is something telling you, hey, you are comfortable right now where you are. Mm-hmm. Okay, so don't do anything different. But your life, it keeps telling you you need change. You need change because, like I said, once you become comfortable wherever you are, okay, that's like even when you go to the job, when you first start any job, you're usually normally excited. You start blah 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 blah. Once it becomes a normal day thing, everyday thing, and you do it all the time, it becomes repetitive, repetition. You start hating it. You start becoming bored.
Well, if you like it, then have passion for it. That's
the thing, though. When you like it, you're not going to work because no matter what you do,
don't feel like
right. No matter what you do, no matter if you work at a McDonald's, no matter if you're a big CEO, whatever, does not matter. Okay, how you view the people is there's no non-essential jobs. That's not a thing. Everybody has an essential role in this reality we call, reality right here on Earth. Yes. So it's
Let's take a break.
Yes.
And we will finish the thought after the break.
Yes.
Okay. You're watching Everyday People Live with Fatty Laffy Taffy, your host, and the guest, Martin. Mashallah, mashallah.
Hey.
Live is streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Make sure you like this one. Don't forget to like this one. Like. And follow, share, comment, subscribe. And thank you for watching WJZZ, Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And don't forget to sponsor this show. Don't forget to hit the Cash App, capital J 112233, capital W. And thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for tuning in. There's so many lessons you learn from Martin Ollie.
Yeah, lesson. That's essentially what life is, just a one big lesson. Yeah.
One big lesson. That's
One
why
big
we're here.
lesson,
We're here to showcase your talent. You figured yourself out.
Yes, and okay.
And that's a talent.
Yes.
That's literally a talent.
That
so
is-
we're here on the show to redefine different meaning of talents, and you actually gave the meaning of what to be a human and to
Yes.
find yourself in this world of Earth.
Yes, because see, the reason why I'm sharing my story and saying what I'm saying is because everybody has bad points in their life. The thing is, notice, our entire lives are completely the same. No matter what you look like, no matter who you are, no matter where you live, they're always the same. You have to eat, you have to drink, you have to breathe, okay? And it's the essentials, okay? And that's just what has to happen. The only thing different about us is the experience we are having on this planet. That is the only difference between us. You know what I'm saying? That's why racism and all this stuff, that's not a thing. And mushrooms and psychedelics help me realize that's all we are. This is nothing but a movie. You don't have control over your actions. But once you realize that and admit that you screwed up because you had to try to make it and you had to hustle or do whatever it is that you had to do. Everybody has a point like that in their life. Mine was dealing with drugs because I'm a very addictive person. Whatever, I was looking for that feeling. You don't have to do drugs to realize where I'm at. If you are a runner or an athletic person, keep doing athletic things because that makes you feel happy. And that's when you think, that's when you do your best work in your mind, when you're like, okay, now let's say, like I said, you're a runner, you're running, you're having this runner's high. I don't know, I don't get them, I don't run, I don't prefer running, okay? But there's a runner high, okay? And that's I would imagine that's when you could go like, okay, push yourself, you're doing better, blah, blah, blah. And that's when you become faster and whatever. That's when you get recognized for running. So you might be working at McDonald's and hate your job, but what makes you feel actually happy and self-centered is running. So go run, because once you do that good, and pay attention to what you're doing, because when you're running, okay, you do really well at it, okay, and somebody recognizes you, like, hey, you want to run track, and okay, and then you run track, and then you get
opportunities.
yeah, and then you get recognized and whatever, and all you were doing is running. So all I am doing is I'm just using psychedelics as my running. That's all. That's why it helped me. That's why I know there's people out there that also don't like running and whatever. We're all the same, you know, just a different point of perspective is all we are. So I know there's people out there that are going through the same thing, that can't get away from this drinking habit, and they want to, but they can't because they don't know how to. Because they can't. They cannot. They just have to realize that they can't and then switch the substance that you're putting in there.
Well, they can just switch the thought from cannot to can.
That's it. Because there is no cannot. There just is.
Yes.
If you...
It's just a matter of like maybe thinking positive.
Right, of course, because, but positive is also just a matter of perception, okay? Because positive and negative is just two different sides.
Have to coexist with each other.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can't have only positive, because then you would never know what positive actually is.
Exactly.
So that's why you have to fluctuate, right? So those waves that I was talking
But we know what
about.
negative is now.
Right, but what I was talking about
Yes.
is the waves, right? The
Yes.
waves are like this, right? What you are is the flat line. Okay, so, but we get carried away in this dramatic wave going up, and then we can't handle the going down, whatever. So we do something stupid or whatever. That's how we find ourselves, whether it's drugs or running or whatever it is that makes you feel you. Because notice, every time you get into a fight or do something, whatever, you try to run away, go into yourself, and go alone for a drive in the car, or go smoke a cigarette out in the balcony, or, you know what I'm saying? You're always just trying to find that feeling that you really are, you know, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And psychedelics help me realize that. That's why. So there's people out there that, if this interests you, listen, because your life is not supposed to make sense. If it's making sense, you start realizing that the stuff
finally making sense.
Yeah, when you start realizing that the stuff. I told you, we're all upside down, right? That's an actual medical fact. So that doesn't make sense already, okay? That's already doesn't make sense. So if your mind plays a trick on me like that, who is to say that it would be too confusing for me to talk to exact replica of me that looks exactly the same? It would be way too confusing because it took me 32 years to find out who I really am, right?
It took me 36, mashallah.
There you go. So it took me that long. So and I still don't know anything. I'm still looking for answers and whatever. Okay, I don't know everything, right? But
we're always learning.
Yes.
The answer.
Yes, that's the.
You're not looking, but you're learning.
Well, that's the thing, and your life takes you that, and the uncomfortable stuff, those shitty feelings, those like sad moments, where those are those learning experience. That's when you're supposed to pay attention. Like, hey, okay, what am I learning here? Because everything else nothing matters. Okay, because if you were to die right now, and you don't believe in anything, you cease to exist. So none of this matters, right? If you just the point is that you just have to be a good person. That's where you hear treat everybody the way you want to be treated. Because if you're a jerk, you view everybody else as a jerk, and everybody else treats you as a jerk.
Karma.
Well, that's the thing, though. There is no such thing as karma.
But I do believe in karma. You know,
karma.
I do believe in karma because what you put out comes back to you. That's called karma, recycling of karma.
Yes, but you realize that only happens when you are often caught in your illusions. Because notice what you're saying. Karma.
This one, hot topic.
Well. Notice what you're saying. What you said.
Yes.
Take it down to basic. It's always basic. Take it down to the basic. Yes, I believe in karma. What you said. What goes around comes around, right?
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna get that back. That's what I'm saying. You're the same, and that works for everybody, right?
Yes.
Right.
Everybody.
Whether you believe it or not, you have bad things happening in your life and good things happening in your life.
This one is like the rule of the universe.
Well, that's the thing, but it's not. It's only karma when you don't realize is that you don't have a choice. When you think you can make a good decision, you believe you can make a bad decision. You don't. You do not have a say in that. You think you do, but you do not. You just do. That's why there's bad.
So we're programmed.
Well,
is what you're saying.
The body is, not your mind. The body, the human body is just living an experience, and you're just viewing it. Okay, that's why you got battered women that go back to.
But if you don't have choice, you wouldn't have laws.
Well,
you wouldn't have people.
Well, that's the thing, though. Once you realize you don't have a choice, and you just give everything up and say nothing matters, and you just start doing everything for the good of everybody else, you start seeing that now things are making sense because you're the same as everybody else. You go to sleep, you eat, like I said, we're all the same thing. And it's always about you. And it's always about you all the time. No matter what happens, it's about how it makes you feel, how it doesn't make you feel, how you're going to do afterwards, oh my God. It's always about you. Every time, no matter what. Once you realize that, you are able to, then you get a choice like, okay, well, then this is just going to play out the way it does. So when I don't like a situation, like with my wife, let's say, when we fight about something, we don't fight anymore, but when we would like fight about something stupid that normally would, get me crazy or whatever, I say, okay, whatever, you know what? I realized I'm a loner, so I travel a lot and do my thing or whatever, right?
Right.
What do you call it? And oh, by the way, I don't sell drugs anymore. Just so we know. Just natural medicine. Natural medicine. Okay, but so we don't fight anymore about anything stupid because I realize, hey, you know what? This is what I do. I'm always gone, whatever. And then so when I'm at home and she wants to do this, I go, okay, well that doesn't normally make me feel good, so I'm just gonna love the situation and I'm gonna try my hardest to make her experience as best as I possibly can.
You compromise.
No, you don't.
You compromise because this person. You live with them, you sleep with them.
No, compromise is just a word. That's the illusion. Compromise means.
Okay, explain
Compromise means that if I feel 100% about this, and you feel 100% about this, okay, one of us has to say, damn it, 50% of me, okay, I'm gonna sit this one out, and then you go and carry it out, okay, and then That's compromise. You have to say no to your ego, whatever. That's not compromise. That's just initiating change.
Okay, so what do you do?
You just let it play out. If you, I used to get mad where we would go to the store all the time. I would come back from work, 12-hour day, whatever. Oh my God, let's go to the store. No, I don't want to sit at the store, or I want to sit here, watch TV, drink beer, whatever. Well, so we would fight about it, and then I'd go to the store, but I would be pissed. So I made her day miserable, or whatever. You know what I mean? And my day was miserable. Everybody around me, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, okay, well, you know what? I was gone an entire week or a couple of days, whatever. You need to go to the store? That's awesome. Let's go to the store. And we go and we talk and whatever. That practices me not smoking because she doesn't like me smoking cigarettes, right? So that's awesome. So I'm learning to just have cigarettes as a preference, not an addiction.
So you just let your life play like a movie.
It is a movie. That's what I'm saying. It is a movie. You don't have a choice. You just have to realize that, like, okay, I'm a smoker, but right now I'm not smoking. So, all right. So when you get out of the car or whatever,
that's what I've been doing all along.
That's what I'm saying. It's just a movie. So now I realize it. Okay, so now the store experience is way better for both of us because now I run around and like, oh my God, I definitely want this and be stupid, whatever, just enjoying myself and thinking, okay, well, we should cook, whatever, instead of, oh my God, I hate this. Why am I here? Oh, I'm so tired. I just want beer. So man, oh my God. It's dumb. You know, that's what I used to do. But now it's, let's have an awesome time at the damn store. Because why not? Because it doesn't matter. It's going to happen.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
One of us is going to go to the store, or both of us are going to go to the store.
Yeah,
the groceries are going to, exactly, the groceries are going to get bought or whatever.
Yes.
And then I could sit at home, be pissed off, and then be separate away from her and, have a crappier day. And then it takes time to dissolve that, to realize I didn't really mean what I meant and said and whatever. I really love you. Okay, good night. And where did you go? Where did you get? To the same point. And then if you would just shut the hell up and go to the store and make it a wonderful experience. Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? And this is, everybody needs to learn this.
I sit back and then you laugh about this.
But that's like, and when I was talking to you about like the perspective, and I mentioned like battered women, that's why it doesn't make sense to other people, because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to other people. Look at me using weird words. It doesn't make sense to you. It does not make sense to you. It never does. But it makes sense to that person, because what you're seeing is them going to a repetitive state, just like you going to smoke every time, or just like you. It's just they feel comfortable. They are comfortable at that state. Okay? They are comfortable. That's why that's happening. But it's happening in your life too. But that's a drastic situation that's happening. Not to you, but it's happening to somewhere else, right? And it's supposed to make you realize that, what? It doesn't make sense. Why is this person doing that? The world does not make sense. But
you make it make sense to you.
That's what I'm saying.
Based on what you
but you need to find
yes.
exactly
you
because
need to find you yourself.
We are told, or you believe, that pain is supposed to hurt. Really? Because there are people that are sadomasochists and they incorporate pain into their sexual pleasures. So pain is just a trigger sensation. But people aren't upfront about their feelings and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So if there's something you're into, that's the only thing that separates you, that you could probably think of, from other people, because once again, you breathe, you go to sleep. It's all this. Everything is the same. Every structure is the same. Okay.
Wow. So people do the different things so that they can separate themselves from everyone else.
Yeah. Well, but it's all the. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then they live this. Oh no, that's not good. That's not good. That we're scared about how that's gonna make you feel. What other people are gonna think. But all that is to them, it's like, that's weird, whatever. But most likely behind closed doors, just like, yeah, dude, I got actually something too. But I'm not going to let anybody know because I don't, you know what I'm saying? But if you say, hey, this is what I do and this is me and this is who I am, you start surrounding yourself with people that mean well or just accept you for who you are. And then you could be open. And then you realize to the people you talk to that their life is pretty much exactly the same as yours, with just minor differences. So you start treating everybody literally exactly like you want to be treated. That's where that saying comes from. It's not about respect, but
Well, we have 5 last minutes.
okay.
And I don't want to cut you off.
No, please,
Because
it's
I
awesome.
love listening to you.
Awesome.
You're very innovative in the way you think, in the way you speak. You know, it's very beautiful, you know.
Thank you.
And the last question that I want to ask you in the last 5 minutes is basically, briefly, how can they take what you learned in life and what are you gonna do in the future, what are you gonna do to help the world?
Okay. I have no idea what I'm gonna do in the future because the future is made up.
Because what you do is beautiful.
Yeah, but future is made up of series of events that happen right now. So I don't know. I don't worry about that. I have no idea what's gonna happen. But the idea of what I'm trying to do is it's okay to be who you are. Okay, it's totally okay. Be open because everybody has bads and everybody has goods, which is the same thing. It's just different. Okay, and so be open. Learn from one another because you're the same. You are living a life just like everybody else is here, and the basic of life is the same. I have way more on obviously these subjects, how you can relate Earth to the human body and all this stuff, but we are running out of time. But be open, learn from other people. If you cannot leave a situation, love the situation. If you can leave it, leave it. If you cannot, love it because you
repeat that again. If you can
leave the situation, leave it. Don't fight it because it never causes you any good. You know what I mean? Just love the situation. Let it play out. The faster you love it, the faster it's going to play out.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, whatever I'm hitting. And the faster you can move on with who you are and just be open. You're a beautiful human being. Live this experience. It's just a movie.
It's just
you have no control. You have no control. You have no control over what you do. You just do it. That's why you do things and you're like, well, why am I doing this? I feel this way, but I did this anyway. Exactly, because it does not matter.
It's like a video
You just
game.
don't know how to. Yeah, you just don't know how to handle the emotion, not the situation. Yeah. Try to delete it from you. That's why when you figure out what helps you to get involved into yourself and realize who you are, keep doing it. And if you like to watch TV shows, watch them. Listen to what they tell you. If you start listening, it's like, this is dumb, this is stupid, stop watching that TV show. Go to a different one. You start realizing like, this is weird. And everything always repeats. Notice. Even your work life normally. Just wake up, go to work, go to work. You have to make a change. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Because if you keep doing the same thing, it's insanity. So you become engulfed into your everyday life, which then makes you insane. So you got to make a change. But if you don't and you let it go too long, well, then some drastic thing's going to happen to make you realize.
Yes, thank you, Martin.
Thank you,
everybody. Thank you so much for watching Everyday People Live, streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and on top social media platforms. Make sure you like this one, and follow, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching WJTZ TV, the coolest station in the world. And don't forget to hit the Cash App for sponsorship. Capital J 112233 capital W. And I want to also thank our sponsor, Pink Cab Express Incorporation. Thank you for this one, and thank you to our guest, our beautiful guest Martin. And Fatty Laffy Taffy, your host, Yoko Simko. See you next week. Yalla, bye bye.
See ya. Have a good one.